puisana rona le Amanda Mynhardt we ileng gore ke mokatisi ka go setlhopheng se le sa University of Pretoria yona e tsamaile ka mokgwa le tsela e ntseng jang. Potso ya me ya ntlha tota e ke ne ke ka mmotsa yona fa re ne re buisana mo go yone puisano eo e ne le no se fela ke ne ka mmotsa gore goreng a bone go le botlhokwa mo go ene gore a ikwadise semmuso le setlhopha seo sa University of Pretoria. Lo ena bo itseele ka tsebe kgone go utlwa gore dikolo tseo tse le gore di a go tshameka kgaisano ya dikolo ya bolotloa ka go Camp Discovery e tle go tsamaya ka tseleng tseng jang.
Briefly tell us why it was important for you to associate yourself with Tuks Netball and what attracted you to signing a contract and joining Tuks Netball.
I think I just reached a stage in my coaching career that I wanted to start moving into a high performance environment, and where that will be a new challenge for me in my coaching career. And I was very fortunate to be in a head coach position for 8 years before that. So I realized over that time that coaching is really what I enjoy. And then just the opportunity availed itself at the university for me to apply for a position there. And I've had some previous experiences working with Tuks and doing Varsity Cup campaigns as an assistant coach to Jenny, and I finished my studies at the University of Pretoria. So I think I've had a good experience of what the netball environment looked like at the university, and I think that I realized at that point in time that it aligns with what I want to do next. So yeah, that's how it came up, and it's been great up to now.
How are you finding the standard of netball in varsities?
I think the standard of netball in varsities are great. I think really it's one of the biggest feeding systems into the national pathway currently. Majority of the players that end up playing for the national sides all come from various universities. So I think it's still a very important platform and pipeline for netball in our country, if you look at the bigger scheme of things. And hopefully we can sit with the national executive and the coaches just to see how we can streamline that and make it even better. But I think it's a very important platform for players to transition from school onto senior netball.
You spoke about having been an assistant to Jenny van Dijk, who's now the current Spar Proteas head coach. How would you best describe her as a coach?
I think she's an amazing coach. I think she's a great analyst of the game. I think for me that's her strength, is how she can analyze the game and fine-tune her coaching philosophy around that. I think also she's having a really she's part of the national team at an important time right now in netball in the country, because we want to get back to being in the top 4 of the world, and I think she's the right person for that, to do that, because of her drive and the fact that she can work really hard. So I think she's an amazing coach, and it's great to go to an institution that was part of her beforehand. Yeah.
On Friday, you had a big launch and a draw for Netball High Schools tournament. Briefly tell us more about it, because all the festivities happened at Camp Discovery in Dinukeng.
Yeah, so we host various camps with Camp Discovery each year, that we provide netball camps to school kids. And this year is the first year that we'll actually have a high school tournament, and that we will host something like that. It is quite popular for schools to play in tournaments and to get that exposure. So I think our target group is definitely the schools that's looking to compete in tournaments over the holidays, and we're in the fortunate position to create that opportunity for schools to enter in the tournament and play over 4 days. So we're excited to see what it will look like, because we're so used to having coaching workshops for high schools. The transition from that into tournament is something that we'll definitely keep an eye on and that we're excited about.
How were the schools selected to take part, Coach Amanda?
So schools, Camp Discovery advertised the tournament, and most schools during the March, April holidays go on tour with kids and they participate in tournaments. And you've got big festivals like the Office Tournament, Menlo Park Tournament, Waterkloof. So there's a few festivals that's already in Pretoria. So I think schools are continuously looking for opportunities for kids to play in tournaments and get game exposure. And I think for the high schools that have been part of Camp Discovery and coming over for workshops over the years, a lot of them have returned now saying that they do want to participate in the tournament. So it was an open invitation to any high school to basically say, listen, we want to play in this tournament. So they enter for the tournament, and it basically becomes a school tour for schools to come out and play.
I'm aware that people from Zambia were also here to take part in the draw.
Yeah, so Lusaka is one of the schools from Zambia that was here, and they've been in partnership with Tuks for a while now. So they were here actually over the weekend, and they are also going to bring their high school teams to participate in the tournament. So we've got a relationship with them where they come over every year for some coaching, and they bring their players over, and we also go to Zambia to do some coaching development on that side. So we've been having that partnership with them, which has been really great, and it's also grown netball not only in South Africa but also in Africa and the bigger parts of that.
Yeah, because my next question was going to be the exchange programs that Tuks Netball and Zambia are having. How beneficial are they to both countries?
I think for us it's really about giving back what we have over here and the coaching expertise and the experience we have to go to Zambia and then share what we have, but also to learn from them. The African style is truly unique, and if you look at all the big African countries, they're the most competitive continent in the world, Africa. So I think it's also about learning from them, seeing how they do things, their style, and taking from that also and bringing it into our game and our environment. So yeah, I think it's a good split where each of us gets something that we need going forward. And
lastly, Coach Amanda, please remind us, when are these games going to take place? I know you spoke about over the holidays.
Yeah, so it's from the 31st of March until the 3rd of April. So it's a 4-day tournament. And it will be hosted at Camp Discovery in King.
Yeah, will the facilities be enough? Because you've got 5 divisions. Yeah,
so we at Camp Discovery we take around about over 1,000 kids every week that we give accommodation to, we coach. So yeah, we did get the numbers, and we can easily accommodate all those schools, and I think it's great to have all of them in one place, and then that they can play netball but also do some team building activities, do some fun stuff like game drives, and yeah, so I think it's a great environment actually for coaches, not only to play and get experience but also to bring that fun element of being together, and also doing a lot of team building activities with the kids being out in nature.
Great stuff. We'll be there to support the initiative. Thank you very much for affording us some time, Coach Amanda.
No, it's awesome. Thanks for the time and the chat.
Yeah, on re buisana la ke mokatisi wa setlhopha sa University of Pretoria sa bolotloa re lebeletse kgaisano ya dikolo tse digolwane e leng gore e tle go tsaya karolo go simolla mo mafelong a kgwedi eno ya Mopitlwe go ya mo kgweding ya Moranang ka malatsi a boikhutso go ra gore nka o bolela gore ditlhopha tse di tla bodile ka ko di ba lapa la go ka nna 92 mme ke di division di ka nna di le 5 under 14 go na le under 15 under 16 under 17 ga mmogo le basetsana ba under 19